intro. And this is Silent Bob. So seriously, they have Jack Bauer, Eric from True Blood, and Spider-Man's girlfriend in the movie, and they can't come up with a plan to save the world. I mean, come on! So Melancholia felt very familiar to me. Strictly as a European, it has a certain mentality that I run into on a day-to-day basis. This sense of resignation in front of your impending doom, this fatalism, nihilism, whatever you want to call it, that is so European, is something very familiar to me. And we're so used to American entertainment products that deal with apocalypses and end-of-the-world scenarios. And there's this can-do attitude in these kinds of movies that Melancholia just doesn't have at all. We're so used to those kinds of movies where somebody saves the world in the very last minute that something like Melancholia comes along, which makes absolutely no case for the preservation of life, even for the value of life, that to me, while it felt familiar, it was also just a tiny bit indigestible in the sense that I couldn't believe that there was nothing that could be done. But it was exactly about that. It is about the extinction of all life, and nothing can be done about it except resigning to your own fate. And that is what the main character in the movie kind of preaches, Kirsten Dunst's character. There are elements of this that, again, are very familiar to me, and it almost feels like everybody that would have a proactive approach to the end of the world probably just fucked off to the Americas because Europe couldn't take them anymore. I guarantee that if a planet ever does come along that will hit Earth or is intended to hit Earth, in America people will be like, oh, we have to send the president in space and we have to hide our kids in caves and we have to stash our porn, while people in Europe will be like,
no, I'm here fast. No, I'm here fast. Now I'm keeping me.
But going back to Melancholia specifically, you know, I hear people saying that this is a very sad movie, and to me it was really sad in the sense that these people's lives were so depressing that death could only come as a relief. I did really like the fact that Justine, the main character of the movie, is kind of the Cassandra character of sorts. She senses the end coming and she's kind of crazy over it in the beginning of the movie while everybody around her is sane in a very placid way. And the nearer the end gets, the saner that Justine gets while everybody around her is going crazy. And I really like that contrast. But Justine, the character herself, she's so bitchy and unlikable. She's so mean at times, and just because the end of the world is coming doesn't mean you have to fuck everybody's life. And to give you an example of this, it's her wedding night and she doesn't even have sex with her husband, and she leaves him in the bedroom and then goes off to fuck a guy on a golf course completely by random. And I swear to God, the saddest scene in this movie is Alexander Skarsgård in his underwear, left alone in the bedroom on his wedding night. But overall, I did like it. Maybe because, like I said, it felt very familiar to me. I think it was handled in a very European way. I have no idea how American audiences would respond to it other than saying, I don't know, it's boring. I didn't think it was boring. Yes, it's drawn out, but I wouldn't describe it as boring necessarily. I would describe it as bitchy because the main character is completely unlikable. But then again, you know, being faced with the extinction of all life for the end of time probably takes the cheerfulness out of a girl.